Hey guys, and welcome back to Rose of Winter, and hopefully we'll finish this up in this video or the next, because it's kind of taking forever. You must really love your kingdom, huh? Yes, I do. My kingdom, my people, they've given me everything. Not just the academy or the royal family, the kingdom itself, my home. Our cities are so beautiful and unique. Standing amongst the buildings, you can't truly be unhappy. It elevates everything, even what's inside you. And since the other kingdoms are so big and made the world in their image, we had to make our own world, by ourselves. It's all ours, only ours, and it's perfect, and I couldn't be more proud. At home, I wake up at the crack of dawn, just to see our buildings bathed in sunrise. I've seen a lot of this world, and there's nothing in it but more beautiful than that. It makes my heart ache that I can't share it with everyone. I would have liked to share it with you, perhaps. I could come to see it, couldn't I? I suppose you could visit, but I could never see it like you do. No, you never could. Well, maybe I could see a piece of it. What do you mean? Show me something you learned there. Something from the Lafada Academy, maybe. Then it's kind of like I'm seeing a little part of your kingdom, isn't it? You said you were classically trained in dance, right? I suppose I could dance for you. I'd love to see that. What's with that mocking tone of voice? I assure you, my dance is quite beautiful. Shall I? He stands and gets into a graceful position. Wait, not like that. I could hardly see you from way down there. Do you have a better idea? I could hold you. If you were in my hands, I could see you up close. I don't know. Like, he doesn't want anyone to touch him. He's freaked out by that, so I'm gonna go with that one. No, in fact, it might be nice. So I crouch and extend my cupped hands. My face is calm, but my heart is pounding. He steps onto my palm, feels light but solid. Very slowly, I bring my hands up to my face. I'm looking at him right in the eye in a way that was hard to do before. I can see all of him now, closer than ever. Forgive me, I might be out of practice. It's been years since I learned this. He stands with his arm and leg in a graceful curve, waiting patiently for him to start. He's so close and I have an excuse to stare at him this time, so I'm going to take advantage of that. After a few moments, he still hasn't started to dance. Actually, he looks kind of troubled. Is everything okay? It's just, I feel rather foolish doing this on my own. This should be a couple's dance. I wish I could take you in my arms and really show it to you. Oh, yeah, that would be good. And anyway, I find myself distracted. Forgive me, but I can feel your warmth all around me. Rather like being embraced. And your face is so close. It's hard to think about anything else. He's staring right at me now. No wonder I'm distracting him. My face must look so huge. Wonder if it's strange or sort of scary. Rosemary, you are so beautiful. Oh. He steps closer to my face, and once I feel very awake and intense, open to notice every detail and feel every touch. What about my dance? Oh, who cares about that? Weirdness at its finest. He comes closer and closer. I feel small hands on my cheeks and in my mouth. His fingertips brush my lips softly and slowly. I can't help but shiver. I had no idea I'd be so sensitive there. Those tiny fingers are so light in the way they touch me, with such finesse. I've never felt anything like it before. And then I feel his mouth. He presses his lips all over mine, slowly and deliberately moving from one spot to the next. I feel the pleasant brush of his mustache, his teeth, his gentle yet urgent. It's the strangest kiss I've ever had. It's the only kiss I've ever had, in fact. But I can't imagine wanting anything different, anything more. I'm sorry if that was untoward. Untoward? I don't know how to pronounce that word. That's hard. I couldn't help myself. I'm glad you couldn't. I want to stay awake, but I'm so exhausted from the journey today, and I can tell Falkner's tired too. I get comfortable on the floor and pull a blanket over myself. I wait for Falkner to get his own bedding ready, but he doesn't move. Instead, he pulls gently on my fingers, wrapping them around himself. He wants me to hold him tonight. I hold him to my chest so he'll be warm, and we fall asleep like that together. We set out together early the next morning. For the first few hours, we didn't say anything. There's a beautiful sunrise, and it's snowing, but not too heavily. Falkner rides in his usual place on my shoulder. I wonder if I should bring up what happened last night. It was so nice, so unexpected. I hate thinking that it has to be over so soon. I want more, and more nights like that. I want to keep learning about him and being surprised by him. I want him to learn about me too. But he's getting married. There's no way around that. Unless he decides. But he's getting married. There's no, whoops. Can't read. No, there's no point in thinking like that. I'll just get my hopes up. Just as I decide that it's better not to say anything, Falkner breaks the silence. Rosemary, I think I like you very much. And I hope you'll forgive me for being so direct, but do you feel the same way about me? I had a crush on the moment I saw you. You were a jerk at first, but yeah, I like you too. I mean, come on. She was like, oh my god, he's so handsome, before you even said anything, so yeah, we're going on that. Really? I'm not quite sure I deserve that. I behaved as if you were some kind of thoughtless oaf. But I don't think that anymore. Hopefully, that should be obvious. Damn, I'm making a mess of this, aren't I? Calm down, you're doing fine. It's kinda cute to see you get all worried about me, though. I'm just the slightest bit out of practice when it comes to talking about these matters. I don't want to speak at all if I'll only say the wrong things. Even if you do mess up, it'll be okay. Trust me, I mess up all the time. I'm kind of an expert. Oh my god. My phone scared me. Okay, so I got this phone case that looks like an OtterBox, but it's not, but it's still really sturdy. And I have the clip case that goes on it, that way you can like attach it to your belt and stuff. Well, the case, the clip part, it turns the case into a stand. And so I turned off my notifications, but I also have them on vibrate in case I can't hear them, or if I'm in a place that I have to turn off my sound. So I forgot about that, so I'm just gonna hold my phone now at this point. Well, far be it from me to ignore an expert's advice. I'm struggling with how to say this. I suppose I'll just jump right into it. I've been with many women in my life, but it's never felt like this. I feel as though a window is opened in a room that's been closed for a long time. I'm not saying I'm in love with you. That would be rather forward considering we've only just met. But you're the first person with whom I've ever felt. I don't know how to describe it. Giddy? Hopeful? When I fell asleep last night, the only thing I could think about was how much the prospect of another day with you excited me. You're the first person I've ever wanted to fall in love with. My heart feels like a bird fluttering around in my chest. There's something wonderfully, blah, 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 blah. I can't speak. There is something so wonderfully scary about hearing someone say the very thing you hoped they would. Like you're afraid you'll wake up and find out this was just a dream. Gosh, Falkner, I don't know what to say. But you must understand, I never thought I would feel this. I thought I wasn't the kind of man who would ever fall in love. And it's because I thought of myself that way that I even entertained the idea of a political marriage in the first place. If I knew I'd never marry for myself, why not marry for my kingdom? But now I just wish I'd met you first. Then again, if I'd never made this journey, I wouldn't have met you at all. Damn it to hell. Damn you! Damn you all to hell! If anyone gets my movie reference, I would hug you. I would high-five you, bro. But if you feel differently now, I mean, I'm not saying you should leave her and marry me instead, but maybe you could slow things down and we could just spend more time together and like see how things go. That would be okay, wouldn't it? He looks at me with such longing, takes him a moment to gather his thoughts and speak. Rosemary, I can't make that choice anymore. I need to tell you something I haven't told anyone. I believe if I do, you'll understand. Okay? My heart starts beating faster. I don't like the sound of this. A few years ago, my father let me look at the fake kingdom's finances. The royal family, the entire kingdom. We're going bankrupt. We can't easily participate in global trade. How can we benefit from goods that are too gigantic for us to use? And we invest so much in the brilliant minds of our scholars and inventors. We build airships and factories and all manner of amazing things. But we see almost no profit because the rest of the world is just too big. Our greatest innovations are children's toys in their hands. Falkner, that's awful. You and your people deserve more than that. It's just one of many problems. For example, only Fae are able to live in our kingdom. It's too small for anyone else. For all we spend to make our city so beautiful and so advanced, we can't even benefit from tourism. Fae families keep leaving to seek their fortunes elsewhere, but there's no immigration, no new blood, nothing to replace the ones who leave. Our people have only two options: stagnate or dwindle. We've dwindled. Slowly and gradually, our population, our resources, in a handful of generations will have nothing. Oh wow, I had no idea. Now, we don't like to share our weaknesses if we can help it. Sometimes, we don't even like to admit them to ourselves. But I don't get it. How could one marriage possibly fix a problem that big? It's so simple, so perfect. I thought myself a brilliant forward thinker for devising this scheme. Now I almost wish I never had. I'll try to explain. As you're probably aware, not all Fae people live in our kingdom. A good many families left to live in the other kingdoms with the rest of you. And many of those wayward families have thrived financially, however. However, I believe they suffer in a different way. The Fae Kingdom turns its back on them as traitors and deserters. They lose touch with their home, their culture, their history. They must struggle every day to exist in a world that was never made for them. Even when they succeed, they are always suffering, always too small. And because they are, in essence, exiled, they can never go home to where they belong. But these wayward Fae are still my people. I know they are. A woman I've been in contact with is the daughter of a particularly wealthy Fae family, one that has lived in exile out in the Southern Kingdom for centuries. Our family's riches alone would be enough to keep the royal family thriving for generations. I'm starting to see where this is going, but that doesn't make it any easier. Our union will not only solve the Fae Kingdom's financial problems temporarily, I believe it will also help address the problem in the long term. My bride-to-be is quite well known, even among those in the kingdom who reject outsiders. And I, of course, am the prince. We represent the two halves of the Fae. Our marriage would be seen as a symbol of unity. The Fae are one people, no matter where we live or what we do. The kingdom need not turn its back on those who left, and can welcome their experiences and prosperity. The wayward Fae need not lose their connection to their history, their culture, their people. In fact, we might even encourage more to venture out and make their fortune, knowing they can always return. I can bring the Fae together in a way that lasts. We need never be estranged and impoverished again. But why does it have to be you who does this? Can't it be someone else? Rosemary, I'm the only son of the king and queen. It can only be me. And even if that weren't the case, I've known nothing but happiness and success in my life. When I know that everything I have, everything I am, my people gave to me, which means my life is not truly mine. I owe it to them. I do marry out of love, but not for a woman I've never met. I love my kingdom, and I must save it, or else how can I stand to live? Do you understand? Of course I do. I knew you would. You care so deeply about what you love. We're the same in regard. If you were to lose your home, or if you found out you could never be a knight, you'd never give that up for me, would you? And the second main choice would be the first option. I don't know if that matters so much anymore. what's important to me can change, right? I mean, of course I'll always want to be a knight, but not if it means I can't be happy. Rosemary, don't say such silly things. Of course you can be happy without me. I know. It just doesn't feel that way. Not right now. Sadly, I know what you mean. It's funny, I only just met you, but I hate the idea that I can't see you anymore. That this is all we get. It's so unfair. We should be at the beginning, not the end. Are you sure we can't forget the consequences and do whatever we want? I mean, who's going to stop us? I'm not serious, of course, and Falkner knows it as well as I do. I feel his hand on my cheek, his kiss like a little drop of rain, so small and soft you're not even sure if it was real. I'm going to miss that so much. Maybe in another life. We keep walking a little longer. I guess there's not much to say after that. And soon, sooner than either of us expected, we can see Starlight City way off in the distance. It's so beautiful, glittering like a little pile of jewels off in the horizon. I hate it. Looks like we'll make it here by nightfall. That didn't take long. Mount Needle hasn't really lived up to its dangerous reputation, has it? It certainly hasn't. I almost wish we'd have a bear attack or something. It certainly hasn't. I almost wish we'd have a bear attack or something just so we could stay a bit longer. We wait there a moment, listening to the wind, almost hoping for some feral growl to echo in the trees. Of course, nothing happens. Everything's perfectly fine. Nothing's ever there when you need it, is it? You know, the weather is looking a little rough. Maybe we should make camp early, to be safe, of course. Yes, I think you're right. The snow could get much worse at any moment. We don't want to tempt fate, do we? The weather is absolutely fine. We're lying to ourselves and we know it. Just so we can have one more night together. But if one night is all we're going to get, I'll take it. And this is where the extreme weirdness happens. I hit the button again. Jesus criminy. So while I was talking, I hope you could have read that. Just go back and pause the video. I feel a little guilty about it, knowing Falkner's bride-to-be is waiting for him. But not that guilty. We eat dinner together. Me sitting with my legs folded and him perched on my thigh. It's kinda nice having you sit there. Blushing already, are you? It's quite becoming. No, Okay, maybe I'm blushing a little. I mean, you're touching my thigh. That's so intimate. Rosemary, dear, please don't be offended by my asking, but have you ever been with anyone before? I remember you said you haven't been in love with anyone, but have you been, as you put it, intimate? What makes you ask that? He softly rubs his hand against my skin. Even though his hand is so small, his touch feels electric. Well, if you can see this as the height of intimacy, it occurs to me that we can do much better than that. I blush a lot stronger when I hear him say that, which was probably his intention, but my heart also sinks a little, thinking about our situation. Maybe it's for the best that we can't keep seeing each other. Goodness, Rosemary, I didn't mean to pressure you. We don't have to do anything. I just thought since it's our last day together, of course I want to, do things. Gosh, I can't believe I just said that out loud. Well, what can we even do? I mean, I'm so big and you're so... We just don't match up, Don't be silly. Our difference in size was never the problem. Didn't I tell you, dear? I haven't been in love before, but I have been with many women. Not all of them were fae. I'm not so close-minded as that. You've been with women my size? Many times, yes. Well, perhaps none so muscular. Gosh, that means you figured out how to make it work? I mean, it was good for both of you? Listen, dear, I'm not one to kiss and tell. I do try to be a gentleman. However, unsuccessful my attempts may be. Having said that, let me assure you, I have never once sent a woman away unsatisfied. That's a great number of things there's a great number of things I can do with you. I can't really imagine. I'd be happy to demonstrate. Oh my. Yes. Yes, please. Oh god, why? Sometime later, we lie down together and Falkner falls asleep on my chest. I stay awake a little longer. I can't stop thinking about what we just did together. It was nothing like what I expected, and more amazing than I had hoped. How to even describe it? I don't know where to start. let's just say after that I'm even sadder that won't get to be with him anymore. But I'm also happier than ever that I met him in the first place. When I do drift off to sleep, I doze peacefully. That is until I'm woken by a small figure shaking me awake before sunrise. Rosemary, wake up. Ugh, 5 more minutes. Come now, we don't have all day. Wake up! I open my eyes to see him standing on my chest, jetting his face into mine. Alright, I'm awake. Last night was really special, by the way. Well, yes, that goes without saying, but we need to get going now. Are you that excited to go get married? Quite the opposite. I've decided this is all so silly. I found someone I want to be with. I'm not going to throw all that away over what? My pride sticking to some foolish decision I made months ago? No, nonsense. Come on. We're going back over the mountain the way we came. We've got plenty of supplies, and we know that together. We can handle anything this dreadful place throws at us. We can make it back, and I'm not getting married to some stranger when I'm in love with you. Love? You love, wow. Falkner, I think I feel the same way. But we can still go to Starlight City. You can tell them the wedding's off once you get there. There's really no point in going back the way we came. My dear, it's symbolic, for goodness sakes. Don't you have any flair for the dramatic? Hehe, I like when you call me dear. But of course you're right, as you usually are. Let's hurry and get going, regardless. I don't want to wait any longer to tell them I'm in love. And so, we gather up our things and rush out towards the city. I can't remember ever feeling so light and giddy. Running through the snow together, watching the sun rise and turning the sky pink. He reaches to brush a snowflake off my cheek, and I tremble at how close he is. His body gives off such warmth, even though he's so small. It doesn't take long before the trees thin out. The air starts to warm, and we find a road. It's the path that will take us straight to the heart of the city. Here we are. This is it. It sure is. Staring down that road, I realized something very clearly for the first time. I love Falkner. I really love him. I only met him a few days ago. Call it puppy love if you want, but I know how I feel. And I know how he feels, too. I know he doesn't really want this. He wants me, but he doesn't want everything that comes with that. I can see in his eyes. He's already scared. He thinks he's made a choice, but the truth is, he can't choose. I'll have to choose for him. There's a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach as I realize what I have to do. That if I really care about him, I can't let him do this. It would hurt too much, and I can't hurt someone I love. Faulkner. Yes, my dear? I can't do this. What do you mean? This is just too sudden. I can't be with you. I'm supposed to be traveling the world, trying to become a knight. I need to be free to do that. I could go with you. I'm a prince, I can do whatever I like. Well, that's another thing. You're a prince, I'm just a farm girl. And we're too different, in lots of other ways. It just wouldn't work. We have to be realistic. Rosemary, you know damn well that's not a real reason. What are you doing? You're a terrible liar, you know. He saw right through me. Of course he did. Truth is, I can't ask him to betray his people. I'd never forgive myself. It's just too selfish, too impulsive, too thoughtless. And I know that Falkner won't always regret it. He loves his kingdom. He'd do anything for them, but I can't let him run away with me and leave his duty behind. It's just not who he is, and it's not who I am either. Falkner, please don't make me say it. You know why we can't. Yes, I suppose I do. For goodness sake, what was I thinking? There'd be even more of a rift between my people if I ran off for selfish reasons. To think I was ready to throw my whole kingdom away. For what? For... You know, I still think it might be worth it. Falkner, we can't. Thank you for being the one to say it. It must have been hard. It was really hard. I care about you, Falkner. I care about you too. And I want you to know one thing. When I'm married, I'll always think of you and the time we spent together. Even if I fall in love with her, I'll keep you in my heart too. You're my first love and that will never change. And just like that, it's over. I would say that my hopes were dashed, but the truth is, I never really believed we were going to run away together. It was just a nice dream we let ourselves share, if only for a little while. Once we're in the city, he kisses me softly. One last time, I let him down onto the road and we go our separate ways. Because he's so small, it doesn't take long for him to disappear into the crowd. As soon as he does, it hits It all hits me at once, like a weight on my chest I can't get off. I sit in the middle of town square and cry. It's not really accurate to say I'll never see him again. For one thing, he'll become king of the Fae, and I'll see him at his coronation. But more importantly, in the years to come, Falkner's plan will work out exactly the way he knew it would. I'll see his face in portraits everywhere, a symbol of hope and progress known across the land. The face of the man who united the Fae and together with his queen brought his people to a new age of prosperity. And as for me, I become a knight. I get to do all kinds of amazing things. My most heroic deed, I have to keep a secret. That, once upon a time, I saved the king of the Fae from throwing away his kingdom. When I saw him at his coronation, I didn't say hello. I was deep in the crowd and he was up on his podium, so I couldn't even see his face. Still, maybe I was imagining it, but I can swear I felt his eyes on me. I hope he knew I was looking too. Though I never again carry him on my shoulder, I always carry his memory in my heart. Just like I know he does with me. And that is the complete end to Rose of Winter. I'm not gonna do the sad end, that'll be really sad. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the series. Yeah. Tell me what you thought of the entire series, please. I'd love to know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Stay kawaii, and I'll see you in the next series.